President Smirlson, Superintendent Carvalho, and board members. I am Mark Witschke, a retired LAUSD social studies and English teacher, a taxpayer, and a concerned community member. I rise to draw attention to the district's egregious mistake in providing links on its websites to material from the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL. The board should know that the ADL is a lobby group for the State of Israel masquerading as a civil rights organization. The ADL has an unabashed political agenda to support the genocidal actions of the rabid extremist Zionists who have taken control of the Israeli government. The Nation magazine has called the ADL the Israel's attack dog in the U.S. In 2020, more than 100 civil rights and community groups, including the Center for Constitutional Rights and the National Lawyers Guild, published an open letter warning that the ADL, quote, has a history and ongoing pattern of attacking social justice movements led by communities of color, queer people, immigrants, Muslims, Arabs, and other marginalized groups, while aligning itself with police, right-wing leaders, and perpetrators of state violence, unquote. Indeed, a visit to the ADL's website that the LAUSD links to reveals that the ADL distorts Jewish teachings, unjustly demonizes Palestinians and their supporters, and foments Islamophobia. Material provided by such a politically charged, racist, and hate-filled organization such as the ADL is but propaganda, not education, and has no place at LAUSD. I urge the board to remove the link and refrain from any future association or promotion of the ADL and any of its literature. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is John Crampner. I oppose the district website's link to the Anti-Defamation League's Echoes and Reflections curriculum. In addition to being a retired teacher of English as a second language in the adult division of LAUSD, I am also a Jew. Growing up in Brooklyn, I attended the Beth Elohim Synagogue in Park Slope. I was bar mitzvahed there in 1965. Over the last year and a half, I have watched in horror as Israel has engaged in a campaign of genocide against the Palestinians. The Anti-Defamation League does not speak for me, nor does it speak for the Jewish community. Its Echoes and Reflections curriculum echoes the party line of the right-wing extremists who now rule Israel, and it reflects a mindset of intolerance rather than defense of the Jews. As a Jew, I have experienced anti-Semitism. Opposing genocide is not anti-Semitic. Saying Palestinians are human beings with legitimate national aspirations is not anti-Semitic. Criticizing Zionism, an ideology controversial among Jews since its inception, is not anti-Semitic. Curricular material which implies otherwise is not educational, it is propaganda, and yes, it is defamatory. It does not belong in LAUSD. The ADL's curriculum twists and deforms my religious heritage into a cudgel that deprives other religious and ethnic communities of their basic rights as American citizens. Please do not use Echoes and Reflections or accept any curricular input from the hate mongers of the ADL.
Good morning. My name is Rebecca Husseini. I'm the Vice President of Operations and Administration at the Muslim Public Affairs Council. Today I represent the Muslim community, which is deeply concerned about the implications and effects of external influence on our K-12 schools. The primary focus of our schools should be to provide a balanced education that encourages critical thinking and a broad understanding of diverse perspectives. However, the involvement of third-party groups with specific political or ideological agendas risks skewing this balance, compromising our core educational mandates and influencing the academic freedoms that are the foundations of our institutions. We then mold young minds to fit a particular narrative rather than fostering an environment of learning and inquiry. The influence in fear-mongering eerily parallels dark moments in U.S. history, such as the Red Scare and the imposition of loyalty oaths within the UC system, where fear and discriminatory bias plagued academic integrity. Just as those actions and periods were reviewed with regret, this may also be our path if we continue to allow our schools to be swayed by such pressures. The American Muslim community has noted an alarming rise in Islamophobia within our schools, correlating with the influence of the ADL that conflates Zionism with anti-Semitism and vilifies American Muslims for Palestine. It is not just about preserving the integrity of our educational practices, but about protecting the future of our children and ensuring they receive an education that is free from hate. Let's keep the ADL and special interests out of our classrooms so we can educate and not indoctrinate. I look forward to our collective efforts to deliver educational excellence and promote critical thinking. Thank you so much.
President Schmerelson, board member, Superintendent Carvalho, I'm Marcy Winograd. Great to be with you. Thank you for your commitment to our students' success. I'm a retired LAUSD English and government teacher, a voting member of the UTLA House of Representatives, a member of Jewish Voice for Peace, and the organizer for CODEPINK's National Drop the ADL campaign. I'm here to ask you to sever your relationship with the Anti-Defamation League, a pro-Israel lobby group that spent $1 million last year on lobbying. The ADL's curriculum, Echoes and Reflections, I'm deep into it. I think it would be shocking if you looked at what they are teaching our students, and that is to conflate anti-Zionism, the rejection of political critique, the rejection of an ethno-nationalist Jewish state that privileges one ethnicity over another, with anti-Semitism, persecution, discrimination against Jews. My great-grandparents were murdered in a Nazi concentration camp. I say never again for anyone. I say we cannot weaponize the Holocaust to justify the occupation of Palestine, the genocide in Gaza. Right now, 2 million people being starved to death. We cannot indoctrinate our students into this. And please take a look at the ADL website, which now says we no longer focus on anti-bias training. We are now solely focused on Judaism, the Holocaust, and anti-Semitism. No. The ADL is focused on vilifying peace activists, on genocide denial, and on complicity. Take a look at their Twitter page with the Trump administration's persecution of peace activists. Thank you so much again for what you are doing for our students. I'm really, really grateful.